So, yesterday was crazy. My stomach was on fire. Um, but yeah, I had a good time with my sisters. I went to visit my cousin Tanisha, and we talked. We vented, about our parents. Her mother passed, my father passed. We just got it all out, you know. I feel like I needed that. I peed on her porch. I peed on her porch. That was the first time I ever peed when I was young. I'm like, wow. But we went to Gino's. We got some buffalo wings. They were so good. My sister currently stays in the shelter. She stays in Family Promise. So I'm going to go ahead and see about them. They open in a little bit. I'm gonna give them a call. See if I can get in there. She said there's one bedroom available, but I don't know if there's a wait list or anything for that room. I'm gonna call and I'm gonna get some information. That's what I'm gonna do next. So yeah, I had a good time. I vented to all of my sisters. Stuff that I needed to tell them. I needed to tell my one little sister that all my dad wanted from her was forgiveness because, and they explained to me, it was like, well, after all the time that's been passed, you do have that father that steps into your life, a stepfather, and that's what my sister Mia was talking about. She's like, well, I had a stepfather, and he was in my life. He was there. And then that's what my sister was talking about. They cling to their stepfather. And since my father wasn't, always there, then that's why they got more attached to my stepfather. But what I was saying was that all my dad wanted was forgiveness because it's just like, the more he tried to talk to my little sister, the more that he tried to, get her to understand, she wouldn't listen, and she just had everybody in her ear about everything. So she couldn't really hear him or listen to him, and he wanted to be heard, And he kept trying and trying, but, she like a rockhead, Somebody tell her something, and this person tell her something, she's sticking with that, and she's running with that, and you can't really get through to her the way you want to or the way you need to, and he needed to get through to her, and that's something that, that's always on a parent's heart. If a parent has something to tell you and they want to tell you, they want you to listen to them. They want whatever they say to stick with you. It's like he wanted to plant that seed in her, and he never got a chance to plant that seed. He planted that seed he planted that seed in my life. Most likely he had his effect on all his children, but he didn't get that chance to really establish or plant that seed in her heart the way he needed to. And that's what I wanted to tell her. That's what I'm always trying to tell her. I'm trying to get that out to her, but, she will never understand what I'm talking about. That's what I feel like. For my other sister, my older sister, I was like, Dad was always talking about how you was a lesbian, and he hated the fact that you was a lesbian, And she was like, well, he met all my girlfriends. I'm like, yeah. He still hated the fact that you were a lesbian. But mostly all of my sisters are either bisexual or lesbians. My younger sister, Mia, I really didn't have nothing to say to her much. I just, she was after my father's heart. I could tell that she was really after his heart. So we hugged and I shared that moment with her. So yeah, it was an interesting day. And like I said, I'm about to try to freaking figure out this shelter. Obviously, I got baptized and I kind of slipped up on a few things like smoking and drinking. Um, but hopefully I can nip that in the bud. And, you know, everybody has that time where we just need to flip a new leaf. God knows that you've tried, and also said that in the Bible that I was reading. Now, God knows that you've tried. God knows that the temptations of this world will get to you. God is to a point where, this is the final call, this is the last straw. But if you have some closed, you need to close them doors. This is that time. This is that time where you need to, you know, get something off your chest, get something off your heart, get something off your mind. Do it now. And this is basically that chance for us to get this out in the open so that we can go ahead and move forward and continue on the path that we were on. Just because you messed up one time, two times, this is the last chance to get it together. So yeah, get it together and just continue moving forward. Just because you messed up once, it doesn't mean that you have to mess up again. Don't keep messing up. Let that one time be that one time. Let that one moment be that one moment. Maybe that was the time for me to just really express all of that. That was on my heart because, sometimes we don't know how to go about it. Sometimes we don't know how to express that part of ourselves. And I feel like I could have done it without, drinking. But it's just, and I know I could have done it without drinking. It's just about what's on your mind, what's on your heart, what's blocking you. Maybe that helps me to unblock whatever because whatever you're going through in the moment, like let's say you got a situation that's on your heart more than what needs to be brought out. So it's like, since this situation is on your heart, it's hard for you to really talk about what you need to talk about. It's hard for you to get out what you really need to get out because something else is there. So maybe, me letting go for that moment was kind of just releasing that block for that moment. Releasing whatever was on my heart, whatever on my head for that moment so that, I can talk about or express what I needed to express in this moment. Something else was interfering to where this moment needs to happen more than that needs to be there. So yeah, that's my little vent, and that's a little update on, where I'm at now. And y'all have a wonderful Tuesday. For anybody celebrating Taco Tuesday, get me a taco. Think of me when y'all eat y'all taco because, man, I want a taco. I want an enchilada. Give me an enchilada. Eat that enchilada and think of me like, she said she wanted this enchilada. I'm going to get me an enchilada. And I'm going to send those vibes her way. So yeah, I will talk to y'all next time. Like, comment, subscribe, be notified, and share at your own free will to show you care. And this can also be called Thanksgiving Tuesday. I was supposed to do my TED Talk Tuesday, but I don't know if I'm going to get around to that. But I'm going to talk to y'all next time, and